Hello and welcome to the Heretic Mansion, the Shin Megami Tensei Podcast. I'm John, your host.
I am Patrick. I shouldn't be doing this right now.
Yeah, because you haven't played Persona 2.
Fuck off! But no, I'm Patrick. Hello. Yeah.
Okay. I'm Neos, but you guys could call me Ant. Fuck.
You also can call him Indian Call Center.
Or Rakesh.
Please do not use my code name. Please do not use my code name.
Oh my fucking god.
Okay. Hey, does anyone else want to introduce themselves?
And I'm Christian, the cringy 16-year-old, I guess.
Yeah. Welcome to our guest for today, Christian.
It's
Nice to meet you all.
And then you've got me and the other Negroes here.
He's thirsty for that for
Joan Boy
Jun's
Books.
boy puss. That boy pussy.
Correct.
Yes.
And
And then of course you have Terrence.
nobody cares about him.
Exactly.
Fuck!
And
Hey, I
I'm
already
Game
mentioned
Master.
us. You don't need to
Game
go.
Master.
So if
So-
you
Or
guys,
the other name.
Game Master. What are you gonna do with those bootleg copies of Persona 2?
I'll smash those bootleg games.
I would shove them up my ass. Just saying.
What the fuck?
bro.
Like,
Christian has like some next level kink. You don't even know him. Anyway, like,
Yep.
son, I don't want to fucking know.
okay. Yeah. So, what are we talking today?
We're talking about how good old Megami Tensei, so some of the members of the old team decided to go to Degeneracy Land and work on a Kantai collection ripoff. I don't even know what its name is.
Neither do I.
Yashiro ni Hohedo. And it's
Watashi
It's literally called Tohu Megami Tensei.
That's
Okay,
pretty
well,
much
yeah.
what it is based on the
well,
trailer.
just say what I said again. It's called Yashiro no ni Hohedo. It's a browser strategy RPG. And yeah, it's kind of like all like sort like your Token Rambu content collection. You roll for shrine mate, little moe personified shrine maiden girls.
Yeah. So
And
pretty much any gacha game you've played so far, whether it be Brave Frontier or fucking Phantom of
And
the
literally
Kill.
anything.
except that it's a browser game.
Yes.
And like other browser games of this type, it's going to be IP blocked, so you stupid fucking weeps can't play it.
Isn't
Good.
Unless
Isn't
you
Brave-
have Tunnel Bear.
Tunnel Bear.
isn't Brave Frontier that game that got the SMT4 Apocalypse DLC?
Yes,
Yeah.
Brave Frontier
Yeah.
did get
Also
a
mobile game.
apocalypse.
But
Yeah. But it's kind of like the same thing, like summoning and type of thing. This will act the same way.
I don't really
Yeah.
have an opinion on this because I don't know what the fuck is going on. Really,
All right.
to be honest.
So in terms of the staff from Megami Tensei, you have Kazunari Suzuki, who worked on scenarios, dialogue, demon settings, world settings, and much more in the earlier Megami Tensei games, such as Digital Devil Story, Megami Tensei 2, Shin Megami Tensei 2, SMTF, and more. Then you have Aya Nishitani,
Yeah.
who worked
Rogue.
on Digital Devil Story and Megami Tensei. Is working alongside Suzuki.
yeah, he wrote the original novels.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
So-
that fanfiction like Schlock?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then new you have Kobayashi Masachika, who makes tabletop games and is in charge of the scenario and character scenarios. Yeah.
Said he worked on Utakaze, the Tiny Hero RPG, which I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I have
probably
never heard that either.
it's probably some underground game, to be honest. Like,
Yeah. So, for any of you inferior species who actually want to play this game, it's coming out sometime summer 2017.
The trailer
the browser.
did not show any gameplay; it just showed the artwork, which
Went
looks
to the
exactly like
cheap
Tokyo
That-
Mirage
or-
Sessions.
That's part of the course, and if you really, really want to go lower, it's going to eventually come to smartphones. So
Is it gonna have microtransactions?
most likely,
Probably.
Most likely.
Okay, so what are your guys' thoughts on it?
it's complete utter garbage.
I second that.
I mean, you could be another member of our community who likes lollies, and I mean, various not so nice things need to be done to him. That's another story.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Like in my personal opinion, this is a waste of the talents of the staff.
Yep.
But
In my
Same.
opinion.
But
But here's-
because of the good old economy, you have to do things you don't like in order to make money.
Yeah, you can't be edgy as shit anymore. You have to be moe and have cute girls.
Yeah.
Which is
Can't we ever meet in the middle about this? I mean,
No,
seriously.
there is no middle path.
Either
Like,
one-
take a look at everything today.
Fuck the neutral route. Am I right?
Who are you? Some chaos wannabe? Get out of here.
Except I'm the most neutral person here.
No, you're
All right.
not.
So my opinion is pretty much exactly the same as Patrick's, except less harsh. I mean, they have to do it for the economy in a sense. Like Aya Nishitani, like his talents being wasted on this game in a sense. I mean, I don't know whether
Can I
he
ask a
likes.
question?
Yeah, go ahead.
What talents? Those fucking novels were awful.
I mean, if I don't know what his
You had to start somewhere.
yeah, I mean, with Nakajima being a thing, I guess. I don't know. I liked it, but like I don't know.
It's not for everyone.
It really isn't. Like I can understand it being really tasteless and just edgy AF, and Nakajima being a salty little bitch. But yeah, I mean that's what I can get from his writing. But either way, like he, in a sense, pioneered Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah.
So I would rather see him work on a Shin Megami Tensei title. Like, I don't know, just do some background work, or like maybe be involved with the actual new Shin Megami Tensei game that Yamai is planning for the Switch and 3DS. I mean, that would have been a better investment of his time than doing this, in my opinion.
To be honest, I would like a remake of Kyoyaku Megami Tensei for the 3DS, both Megami Tensei 1 and 2.
Yeah.
That'd be great for the.
Or
SNES
what would have been cool is that like they kind of just do some I guess like a little pack-in game type of thing, but all like with the localized titles and also some of the, I don't know if they decide to release their own translation like this. Like honestly, the 3DS game can be anything. It could be anything. But yeah.
Hey,
What?
don't
What?
say anything. It could be a Persona 4 port for the 3DS.
Shut up.
Don't.
Shut up.
I
We
would
all-
just end it all right there. Like,
I mean, I
kill
think
me, please.
I mean, I think if that was going to be it, they would have announced it during like a Persona stream or something.
Yeah.
But that's just the perfect ploy. It'd come out of nowhere and we'd never be smart about it.
Yeah. As for the guy who's in charge of the main scenario for SMT, the older games, I do not know how that's gonna go down with this game. I mean, his job then and his job now completely different. When you go from like planning dark scenarios orientated with demons and apocalyptic environments, and then you go into moe anime shit. I mean, I could say like I don't know how to explain this. I don't know if the guy himself enjoys what he's gonna do.
Just pull a Higurashi no Koroni and have waifus decapitate each other.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Weeb alert.
But anyways,
Right.
I mean,
But-
do we even know what Suzuki's done besides Megami Tensei?
I honestly, I really don't know if these guys enjoy what they're about to get themselves
I mean,
into.
how much effort do you think they're putting into it? I mean, this is a browser game of all things.
But anything like they've seen gotcha games, obviously, and they know that's like in Japan, that's like the main selling point for people because mobage is big over there. Anyways, anything portable is big. So yeah, they can just look off of other people and just say, hey, why don't we just take this idea, alter it a little bit, and then just make it our own, and we'll just call it a day. Pretty much. Like, that's all they need to do. Like, I mean, designing, yeah, maybe that's some effort, but I don't know. It's going to be like any other gacha game on the Japanese market.
Yeah, but back to what you guys were saying about Moe, I just kind of skimmed through the comments, and I see this one that says, sick of this whole inanimate objects / mythical creatures, but we personify them as hot / cute girls trend. It's the biggest scourge on modern anime and games, and every fucking show this season is doing exactly this. This formula
He's
is
not
stupid, and
fucking
you
wrong.
retards need to stop eating this shit up so it goes away. I mean, yeah, he is right about the part of, like, every show doing it. Like,
I mean, in the end, if you want someone to blame the beta male Japanese teenager.
I mean, there's like that
demographic.
got the one anime, can't remember what it's called, but it's got like those dragon girls in it that everyone's getting
Kobayashi no
yeah,
dragon. I don't even know. It's stupid.
dragon
don't know.
maid or something.
It's
Yeah.
like it's pretty much neutral what I see from people. Like, I honestly can tell you, like, if I were to talk to the weebs in my college, they probably have fucking watched that show. Honestly,
Probably.
that's why I don't associate with any of them, because I'll like. I'll
TBH,
just have-
I've actually seen the first episode of it. It wasn't half bad. It was like it's a little offensive to me because it's so awful. But at the same time, I've seen a lot worse from the first episode. But I know it gets
Name
bad.
one.
Persona 4,
Okay.
the animation.
I walked
Persona
right into
gold
that
in
one.
the animation. which makes it
Persona
worse.
4, the golden animation. That too.
Yes. But anyways, like, I don't know. For whenever I get like comments like, "Oh, I really like this anime," and then it turns out to be some overrated anime that's in like the mainstream right now, it's just, I don't know. I cringe inside.
I mean,
The only reason people are watching it is because of Quetzalcoatl, I'm pretty sure.
That's probably the only reason why, because the girl being poster.
You know, giant tits and a nice ass really do get a beta working.
My kink.
Same. Anyways, yeah, so honestly, I don't know what to say about this, but like, I really feel like it's just them trying to make some money.
Yeah.
That's what I get from it. If
Fuck.
they enjoy it, oh well. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. So that's how it is in Japan. You got to pander to the weebs.
to
Doing
the
it for that
worst
government certified
demographic.
currency.
Yeah,
The Wiimote.
but
Gotta-
in any case, what do we got? What do we got next to talk about?
Well, I was going to talk about this in the introduction, but then Patrick just jumped straight to this part. So
Okay. Well,
But-
I mean, since we got the weebness out of the way,
Hey,
let's
yeah,
let's
we got
let's
weeb.
focus on something important. So we got like what 20 days left for Persona 5. I don't know why.
yeah, and
I don't know why.
One.
I don't
just
know why
kinda
people
waiting.
are. Yeah, I don't understand what's the whole big deal with this countdown, fam. Like I get it on Persona Central. You guys want to hype
I mean,
it up.
we've
for all
been
the-
waiting for 3.5 years, so
Question:
True.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you guys think World War III will start because of the P5 waifu wars?
No.
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 maybe.
No.
I don't know.
It was worth a shot at being funny.
Wait,
Or you're wrong.
wait. What's going on? Fuck.
Do you think the World War III will start because of the Persona 5 waifu wars?
What the? No, I don't know what to say. Okay, waifus in Persona 5.
He says as he chose the nurse.
Who wouldn't?
Anyways,
Guys who don't like goth girls, Terrence.
Fuck
Okay.
you, Quincy.
Okay, enough. Did I say we're gonna discuss waifus that we barely even know about? Well, let's wait until the release.
Just edit
date.
this out. This isn't. I'm sorry.
Anyways, what were we talking about? Yeah, John, go ahead.
Yeah, we're waiting until Persona 5, and that's kind of one of the reasons this episode got delayed. Thing is, we don't really have that much to talk about until Persona 5 comes out.
I mean, you could talk about other things, but then your podcast won't be related, right?
Right.
But, yeah, so that's the reason why we have a drought of information. We kind of try to work with what we have.
Yeah, we'll probably do multiple episodes on Persona 5 after it comes out.
Implying that I'll be playing the... Well, I mean, I've already played the Japanese version.
Are you going
I
to
can
play
exactly
in
why.
English?
Probably. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to pay off my pre-order and just leave it. Be like memes. And then, if anything, I'll try to ditch that Japanese special edition at Anime North if somebody bites.
But yeah, about delays. So, okay, you guys remember when Atlas announced that Persona 5 was going to be delayed but have dual audio, where they made a damage controlling video where they said that the reason for the delay wasn't dual audio, but because they wanted to start the localization process from the ground up to make it perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at NakaCon, I went to a Persona Q&A panel that had the voice actors for Ryuji and Goro in it. And while I was there, like when they asked me a question, when they asked me to ask them questions, I asked them why, if that was the true reason that the game was delayed. And they said they were never called in to re-record lines or anything like that.
All right.
So those fucking weeps were the reason it got delayed.
I
Yes.
think so. Like, we're not 100% sure, but that's what I'm inclined to believe.
Yeah. Honestly, though, I don't see the point in dual audio. But that's just my opinion. Like, it's gonna be the first Atlas game that has dual audio, with the exception of Persona 4 Arena being was it localized by? No, it wasn't. It was an ArcSys
Yeah, it was an
game.
arc system.
Yeah, it was an ArcSys game. That's why it had a region locking disc and what.
Well, specifically, the reason why Persona 4 Arena was region locked was because it had English and Japanese on it, because our system localized it. So in order to prevent Japan from just waiting a month and getting English copies of the game.
Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, so they localized it. That's the exception of Arc Systems, because Arc Systems is a fucking meme or a bunch of weeaboos.
No, they just love their people.
Yeah, that too.
It's probably easier for them to get the rights to dual audio since it's made by a different dev.
Yeah. Whereas for Atlas, they haven't included dual audio, and dual audio has been absent in most Atlas games. The reason being is that, like, you can go back to that old NeoGAF thread I linked a while back about the troubles of getting the license for dual audio. So it was an XC employee who wrote it. So if you apply that logic to Atlas's situation.
Yeah, the freelance translator Kevin Frayne, who went on COS, explained on there, back when COS was a thing, that dual audio is a difficult process.
Yeah, I was about to mention that.
Oh, all right.
He's the guy who translated the Digital Devil Saga novels. Or novel,
okay.
I don't know if the others are out.
You mean Digital Devil Story?
Yeah, or Quantum Devil Saga.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, that.
Yeah. Oh, I got
Still
really
waiting for
confused.
Volume 2, damn it.
We're ever gonna get it anytime soon.
Yeah.
I just remember when Atlas announced that they announced the cast in the English trailer for Persona 5. on their Facebook page. I just remember everyone in the comments being like, Atlas, can we please get dual audio? I'm not going to play the game without dual audio. The English voices always suck.
Yeah, I saw those. I was ready to flip my shit when I saw them.
Insert dimply sad
Implying
hate
nobody likes
anime
Johnny Boom Bosch.
quote. Insert dimply sad I hate anime quote. Same. No, but like I saw that on the comment section. I'm like, are these guys for real? Are they really for real? Like I looked at the comment section. I'm like, they actually fucking exist.
I saw a few of those comments on the SMT4 Apocalypse trailers.
Okay. Like I can understand Apocalypse, but Apocalypse, like, it wasn't really a big deal because it wasn't like a high volume of comments. When you see like the Facebook page blowing up, and then you see the Twitter blowing up, and then you see other sites blowing up with a bunch of like weebs that just love Japanese culture,
Or they think every dub in the world sucks, even though they can't understand Japanese.
Which kind of sucks in a sense because you're literally disrespecting the English
Everyone
voice
else.
acting.
While at the same time you're praising one of the most xenophobic cultures around.
Well, the thing is, they can't understand Japanese, so they don't know if it's actually better or worse than the English English version. Like, for all they know, it could be worse. Like I've heard about translators that will sub anime, and then like they said they used to prefer subs, but then they switched to dubs too because they're bad Japanese dubs as well.
Exactly. Well, like when I see like dubs, like it depends on what the media you're watching, whether it be anime or a TV show or whatever. Like it really just depends on the dub quality type of thing. Like you can't have just a bunch of amateurs go into a studio and start recording dubbed lines for your game, and then next thing you know, you get like shit reviews because the voice acting is god awful, and there's like, you know, like these are well talented people. Like they're not bad. And the fact that they're just getting like, you know, you're just getting this dual audio, you're just gonna say, oh yeah, I'm not gonna play what the game like intended, what was intended to be, the way it was. Instead, I'm just gonna play the Japanese audio because, you know, I just want to pander to that audience.
Because Japanese audio,
like it, I don't know. Like, well, that's my say on it.
yeah, and it's. I find it disrespectful to the English voice actors too, because these are people with a lot of voice acting experience, and they're getting attacked purely because they're English voice actors. Like, it doesn't matter how good they are, they're just gonna get shit on because it's not the Japanese audio.
I find it disrespectful to the entire localizing team, because these are people who are translating and like trying to bring a game into your language, yet you're still complaining like the privileged, spoiled-ass motherfuckers you are.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's legit the reason. Like, we should be grateful that Atlas is even bringing this title to the West, because where would the series be if they didn't?
Right.
Yeah, crash probably.
Like, Persona 3 and 4 didn't have dual audio either.
Yeah, y'all think those games are the messiahs of video games.
Yeah. Honestly, I think otherwise, but that's just me. Because of the games I've played.
And because we got dual audio, the game got delayed by a month and a half. We should have had it a month ago, but we don't. A game that's been delayed 3.5 years got delayed again because they were pandering to the weebs begging for dual audio.
Yeah.
Thanks,
so
Atlas.
there you go.
This is why anime was a mistake.
Yeah.
Insert that fake Miyazaki quote.
Insert the third nuke here.
Could that be the thumbnail?
Can that be the Miyazaki quote?
Anime.
Oh my god. But yeah, that's really really shitty in my opinion. So what else did you hear at Nanocon? Like with like Persona related news, or I guess SMT, if there was anything SMT.
They actually didn't talk about SMT. In fact,
Oh.
I went up to the person that was hosting it, and then I was like, "Hey, I run a podcast dedicated to the SMT series," and then she was like, "Oh, I haven't played any of the Megami Tensei games." I'm like, "Well, you should."
Wait. Who was this?
The person running
The person
The-
running the panel.
Oh boy, that's
John got extra triggered that day.
that's a big problem because like not too long ago, I was on Facebook and I saw some guys and gals from my school share some stuff off the page. I was curious. I saw these names before, but I didn't know where it was from. And then it turns out it was from a group that my friend recently invited me to, but I never do it. So I was like, okay, whatever. It's literally just a K-pop circle jerk group for whatever the school, and I was like, okay. Since I don't post in there, I just like unrelated. I shared a Persona post, and holy fuck, you wouldn't guess how many people commented on that.
Can I take a guess?
What did they say?
Really, like it wasn't like I can't blame them because the only games they've like actually known is Persona 3. And it really sucks because like I tried to like because I was playing Persona 2 at the time. I tried talking about Persona 2, and none of them have actually played it, which kind of bothers me a lot because I'm like I'd assume that like if you've like played through Persona 3 and 4, you'd probably have like some will in you to actually go back to the older games and play that. And I mean, me personally, I haven't played through Persona 3 and Persona 4 fully. Like I've played through a huge majority of 3 and a small portion of 4. And eventually I'm going to get back to them, but like at the same time I'm not really interested. Yeah, so like the comments, like the people like that still do exist, and it kind of sucks because I tried mentioning like throwing out like names like SMTF, and you know I told them, oh yeah, I beat SMTF. My comment got really ignored in the comment section because it just turned into a Persona 3 4 circle jerk thread, which kind of sucks.
Zero.
But anyways, I don't know. Like people do exist like that, and it kind of sucks. I mean, hopefully I can meet them in real life and just like tell them, oh hey, yeah, you should really try out this game. Like I even shared the SMT Switch trailer with them, and they said, oh yeah, that game exists. And one of them had said, oh yeah, I bought SMT4, but I haven't played it yet.
Oh yeah, that's another thing I wanted to talk about. I went to a Nintendo Switch panel, and it was a fucking disaster. Like, not just because of this, but I remember somebody in the audience asked the guy who was hosting it, "What do you think about Shin Megami Tensei 5?" And the guy said, "I don't know what that is."
Oh boy.
Well, I mean, he was probably a normie, so I wouldn't.
Oh.
Yeah, it was probably just a normie who was
Filthy
just
casual.
they were probably just circle jerk.
But yeah, the panel was a complete
Mario
disaster.
Zelda.
Like, the guy kept stuttering, and he started out
Yeah.
with this weird comparison to Nintendo about the extinction of the dinosaurs
Like, okay,
and the
going
evolution
back
of man. I'm like,
That
what?
wouldn't be
fuck?
inaccurate to describe Nintendo.
Yeah, but this was a Nintendo fan panel, that's the thing. I mean, I didn't really get the context out of it because, again, he just kept stuttering. Like, he kept saying, it was terrible.
yeah, so like
I almost feel
going
sorry
back to
for the
Sounds like
poor guy.
me with public speaking, so I can sympathize.
Well, he said
Yeah.
it was his first panel, but I'm like,
yeah, maybe something like, okay, unless you're like really like, you know, in the mood to do something like that, then you should, you know, rethink your choices. But other than that, like I can understand, like I had problems doing public speaking at one point in my life, and I can understand the what people go through. Like there's like people who can't stand, like absolutely can't stand like bodies like like crowds and all this shit. It's crazy.
Cacophony.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
like the
he could have gotten some other people to do it with him. That might have helped.
like, even if you have more people with you, it would be nice. Like then you'll be more motivated in a sense to actually do the panel. But yeah.
Yeah, he actually did have this other guy up there with him, but he wasn't really saying anything. And,
Okay,
and I remember being in the second to the front row, and then the person in front of me was like the guy hosting. This is my brother, and he's never hosted a panel before, so it might be kind of awkward. I'm like, yeah, I was right.
That's a meme.
Well, you have
But
to start
another thing I
somewhere,
wanted to
be
mention
honest.
was I didn't stay for the whole thing, but when I walked in, the room was packed. When I walked out, it was 20% full. That's how bad it was.
Wow.
I feel bad for the guy hosting it, to be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
wait,
He totally
like,
got the raw end of that deal.
I don't know if he was like willing. Like, did he want to do it? Like,
Right.
what?
I couldn't tell, to be honest.
I would
Like-
even feel more bad for him.
Yeah, like if he didn't really want to do it, then like that, then he was forced to. Then it sucks. Like nobody should be put through that way, and then just be judged for the way they're hosting it.
I mean, I don't know how you could force somebody to do a panel.
Well, I mean,
Like, unless the host of the convention was like his brother, and he was like, if you don't host this panel, I'm gonna kill you.
that's a meme. Anyways, yeah,
Also from the Persona panel, they had a Persona trivia game at the end, and I got a Persona 4 computer bag, which I gave to my girlfriend.
see, here's the thing. I would have like failed that trivia thing, to be honest, because
What was one of the questions, John?
if it was anything Persona 1 and 2 related, I'd right. But
They were all really easy. Like, the only Persona 2 related question was... or the only Persona 1 and 2 related question was, who's the protagonist of Persona 2 Eternal Punishment? And I'm like, it's Maya Amano.
Oh,
It's a left.
it's a lot.
It's left.
Demi-fiend.
But yeah, the other
Your
questions
boy.
were stuff like, what's the name of the opening song for Persona 4? I'm like, that is so easy.
Jesus Christ. Did
I
they really
don't
try?
actually know that. I don't
Your
actually...
It's Persona
Yeah.
by
your
True Self.
affection.
I actually didn't know it when they asked me either. I'm like,
Yeah, I actually didn't know either. Like when you like posed that question, I was like, your
Like-
affection.
Wait.
Nico, so
Are
you
you
on the
fucking
first
kidding
day
me?
you got to the dorm.
Hey, where have you been?
Fam, like I can honestly tell you that I haven't like played through Persona 4, Persona 3 properly, so all I know is the memes and rated songs.
Did you see that, Shinji?
but they did go over Persona 1 and 2 in the panel, so that I'm glad they did.
Oh, that's
How
good.
horribly- How good was it, or how bad was it?
Well, I mean, I thought it was all right. Like they actually went over it about the same amount of time they did Persona 3 and 4. But it was basically just, they just kind of went over the Persona games, then they asked questions, then they did the game.
Did they mention SMTF?
No. I was hoping
not.
that's why I wanted to be in the review game. I was hoping they'd ask something like, what were the 2 games that started the Persona franchise? And
That's
I'd be
a-
like SMT If and Devil Summoner.
Undertale.
How the hell do you pronounce the Persona 1 Japanese PS1 name?
Sans.
Sans.
Who was the
Fuck,
only
I know.
black character in the North American version of Persona 1?
Mark.
Undine.
Mark.
Undine. No. Next, you're gonna say Papyrus.
Oh god, I'm
They
joking.
could have talked about the North American version of Persona on the PS1, but they didn't.
Because racism.
Yeah,
Because racism.
probably.
Yeah, that's true.
Making Mark
I mean-
dance to pass through everything.
They-
Dance,
they-
monkey, dance, I command you.
That's a meme. Yeah. What was it? I was gonna say something.
He did dance finally crazy.
Yeah, there was something I was gonna mention, had to do with Persona 2. Forget. Rip. It'll come back to me eventually.
But
Yeah. So
Yeah,
wanna move-
that brings us into our main topic, and that is Persona 2, since all the guys in our group have just been kind of starting playing it recently.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, when I first heard about Persona 2, like, it wasn't too long because like I looked up what the Persona series was because I started with Devil Survivor, and yeah, Persona was a series indeed that I was really just unknown, so I was kind of like I looked at it and I'm like, oh yeah, everybody seems to be circle jerking this one guy called Narukami, and I fuck that was. I searched it up and I was like, oh, so I guess Persona 4 is a good game.
Boy, were you wrong.
The weebs would
Yeah.
have you believe that.
Oh yeah, I found that the hard way.
And then during the time where I saw when you had when Smash was about to come out, people were just like on Miiverse because I don't know, I happened to be on, and I
On
had
Weavers.
and then because I owned a Wii U, so what else would you fucking do if you had a Wii?
You're right.
Play
That's a
anything
good
good?
Speaking of
Yes.
Smash, Jun Kurosu.
No.
That's never gonna happen.
No, it
anyways,
won't.
like I literally just saw a thread on me
Meverse.
on the Smash Brothers for Miiverse or the discussion thing, and I saw Yu Narukami, and like part of me was like, oh yeah, he's from say Persona. So I'm like, he must be a good character because I didn't know what the fuck the Persona series was. And then when I saw it, I was so
Meverse.
that's so TLDR Miiverse kind of showed me what Persona 4 was.
It showed you the ugly side of what it was.
It did.
It showed you the weeby side.
I learned of Persona. I think it was from Shonen Jump.
Hmm.
Wait,
Oh,
really?
and fun.
The manga?
Did you see an advertisement for it or something?
Yeah, it would have been an advertisement.
I remember I used
I
to
did
buy
too,
those.
actually.
I used to buy those things from Scholastic when I was in elementary school.
Scholastic. Wow.
Scholastic.
Shonen Jump magazines.
I got them from my local convenience store.
Hey.
Hey,
Hey, Lamau.
Without Meverse, we wouldn't be where we are today.
Bless Meverse.
If we didn't have Miiverse, we'd all be a lot more happier in life.
Same.
me
What's
versus
it-
a mistake.
It's a good thing that
Like anime.
Nintendo's it's a good thing Nintendo's dropping it and actually trying not to force the social media on their fans. Like, I mean, it sucks because Nintendo
Yeah.
and they're replaced with Switch friend codes for some odd. I still don't understand the
don't.
whole point. I don't understand
Such
why
a
they
pain in
could
the
have.
ass.
I don't understand why they couldn't integrate Nintendo Network IDs on the Switch because that would have been a hell of a lot easier.
I mean, I'd expect friend codes to be a thing in like the DS, which was in 2004, but not in 2017 on a home console or home
But-
console portable
Yeah.
hybrid thing.
Yeah, but like the thing is, you can still search your friends through Miiverse, fucking Itomo, whatever apps you to it, and then populate a list of people you want to.
Is Miitomo even still a thing?
Yeah, it's still a thing,
Yeah,
and
my
I'm.
girlfriend still
I'm-
uses it.
What the
Yeah.
fuck? That thing is dead.
Yeah.
I mean, she still plays
Stop.
Pokemon Go too, so
Tell her it's time to stop.
It
Talk
really
about
is, John.
casualness.
I think we need to have an intervention with her.
You do, John. It's time that you sit her down and say, you need to stop.
I mean, I'm sorry, Dimply Sad. I have to use this Franco beam. No, I know how much you hate him.
I'm
Anyways,
disappointed.
yeah. What are your guys' thoughts on Persona 2 now that you've played it? Except Patrick, because he hasn't played it.
well, he has. He just needs to beat
Yeah.
it. I mean,
I'm going through it.
personally, I beat it today. So I'll tell you my thoughts. Persona 2. Honestly, not what I was expecting. From what people have said, like, and what the spoilers I've seen with Persona 2, it's when you actually just put yourself into the game and then play it for yourself, it's actually good. Not gonna lie. I don't understand why people just watch a walkthrough of it and say, "Oh, hey, yeah, I've watched," and it's a good game, but yeah, Persona 4 is still ranked.
Oh dear.
I don't understand people who do that. Like, okay, yeah, watch a walkthrough of it. I'm like, if anything, I'd watch a walkthrough of it.
Or like they
Are we gonna
won't
talk about
play the
Jun
game
at
because
all?
it doesn't have social links.
Oh, I'll get into I'm into Jun later. Like, honestly, like when it comes
I
to
need some time to speak during that section.
yeah, well, Persona 2, okay, it's Innocent Sin. That it really just like exceeded my expectations. Like I thought, like going into the game, what I was gonna see is what I was gonna expect, right? From the spoilers previously I had, and it actually turns out like it's better to play the game blind and read the dialogue choices, because like I screwed up so many times, and I could tell you, I could shit you not, I regret the choices I've made just by like hitting the speed toggle button and like just skipping over some important dialogue and then having to just retrace what I did. But yeah, it's you have to read that game thoroughly to actually play it blind properly. Other than that, like when it came to like certain character interactions are pretty good. And what sucks is like it's really like a mature take on, like, it's not like your typical, oh hey, high school. Like it barely even relies on the high school. The high school is like nothing after when you leave it. Like you only go to it at endgame and that's it. The high school is never like a prominent place in the game. You're out and about doing things. You're out and about going to factories and trying to negotiate for cards and stuff, which I really loved. The card system was amazing.
Oh
I
yeah, it really
loved that
was.
shit. Like I grinded up to like 500 cards in each, well, almost each and every single arcana I can think of, and I'm like, that was fun, right? And it, honestly, like just negotiating and just doing shit like that was amazing. When it comes to the characters, amazing. I really love them. Jun and Maya especially are my favorites, just because of that whole connection that all of them have. Like, I mean, Ginkgo is kind of like, I don't know what to say about her. She didn't really catch on to me. Akichi, on the other hand, he's okay. He's good.
Say something nice about Jun.
Yeah, Jun. Okay, Jun is amazing. I can tell you, like he's the main omnipoint, I guess, of the game, and you really kind of feel bad for him because like there's some scenes where he's like he's went through a lot. Like there's a lot of things he's went through, and you just have to feel sorry. Like like you can't just you can't just avoid Jun. Like,
Oh yeah.
It's not the fact that he can hurt enemies by throwing flowers at them.
yeah, that too. That was an amazing thing. I really like that gimmick for some reason. Like, oh, just equip him with a flower. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But
One of the things he does when interacting with demons is putting on makeup.
oh yeah. I've noticed, and that like I abuse that because like it when it came to like collecting cards, it was really fun. Like you would just like, and then it would just like increase the demon's eagerness or whatever, and then they will just give you cards right off the bat.
That's the thing about Persona 2's negotiation system. It's just you kind of just do
It's
the
a
same
lot
thing
more
every
great.
time, and then you
Like,
get what you want.
Once you get your head around it, it's amazing. It's fun. Like, and the dialogue choices are so fucking hilarious.
What are computers used for? They're used for porn.
Yeah. And it's funny because like the people who are just watching a let's play of this game or are just avoiding the game entirely are missing out on something really greater, and that was really just the bread and butter for, like, you know, future Persona games. But it kind of sucks because now everybody cares about. I shouldn't really have to play the game just to like social link up a certain character to unlock a certain demon. I should be able to just collect cards and then unlock the demon that way, because that's actually an achievement. Collecting like 800 cards for a demon you really want. That seems better than actually having to social link and go through, you know, and cut through game time or dungeon time just to do that.
Yeah, well, the thing about P3 and 4, it's not really that you can't fuse demons without social links. It's just you get social links and then your demons level up when you fuse them.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand that part.
And they level up very slowly, which is kind of a problem.
Yeah, but like even then,
I mean, honestly, I wasn't a big fan of the whole paying for demons with card things. I kind of prefer the fusion of SMT, which P3 and 4 also have.
yeah,
I concur.
I mean, for me, the card system's cool, but when you get to the Arcanas that are like, you can't get them via demon negotiation, it gets grindy real quick.
Oh
like,
yeah.
it's probably because I'm a fan of grinding and whatnot, and like taking the time to do small little things that, you know, just like, you know, you just want to craft yourself that until to a perfect point.
Yeah, that's what I always do.
Yeah, that's why I'm a big fan of like card system thing, because of my the tendency of making everything perfect and trying to get everything the way I want it.
There's this meta moment during negotiation where you can ask a demon asks you, "Hey, do you play games?" And if you answer no, the demon will say, "But you're playing a game right now, aren't you?" Or something like that.
Yeah,
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 he tries to play you.
yeah. It's hilarious. They breaking the fourth wall. It's a meme.
That fourth wall has been demolished.
There was one that I did with Akichi actually, where you had to woo a demon to get her fuck, what was it called? To make a pact with you so you could get more cards. And I fucked it up somehow. And she's like, "Wow, guys like you really do make Japan suck." I'm like, wow.
Hashtag make Japan great again.
Imagine if a weeb was playing that.
God, they'd be getting a really ugly wake-up call then.
Yeah.
They probably just go back to P3 and 4.
Probably would.
I want my waifus.
My waifus would never say anything bad about me.
But yeah, that's
If they were real, they'd still hate you.
That's one thing. That's another thing I wanted to talk about. It's the character development in P2. Like, it does a pretty good job of developing the characters without using social links.
Yeah.
It's thanks to P2 we don't have any more gay options.
Yeah, you did have the option to be gay with June in P2.
And
Yeah.
Akichi.
AKA
You all
the
keep
best
fucking
thing
forget
Persona
that.
has ever done.
Yeah, Ikichi too.
Yeah.
You chose Jun, you obviously chose wrong.
Excuse me?
You heard me.
Please.
Fight me.
Please.
You're
Well,
16, I'm 20. If I fight you and kill you, I go to jail.
memes.
I will die for June.
That's sad.
Rip.
I will die for Goro.
And
Same, to be honest.
I don't know if I want to say this, but it's spoilers. Goro, if you like Jun, you'll like Goro. That's all I'm gonna say.
Thank you. I'm even more hyped for Persona 5 now, to be honest.
Yeah. So just by that, like, you can tell you'll be hyped for that Goro boy pussy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Wait, is he a gay romance option, please? Is he?
No.
I don't think so.
Wait a minute, does Persona 5 have gay romance options?
I don't
No,
think. No.
I just
don't-
said, after 2, it never happened ever again.
I don't think so, because here's the thing. When I was reading the wiki while playing the game, it never was an option.
Oh.
So
That makes me want to kill myself, to be
I
honest.
mean, we almost
Same.
have.
But yeah, anybody else thoughts on too, like Innocent Sin or Eternal Punishment? If you guys played it, because I haven't. Well, I started playing
since
it.
you're
Just
starting
started.
it and I already finished it.
Yeah,
If I haven't made this obvious yet, I want Jin's boy pussy.
Okay,
It's like the third time you said it.
but like,
Hush, Marcus. Wait,
it's,
never mind.
That's John.
John.
it's
Shit, I'm
John.
sorry.
Marcus
I-
is the one with the
sorry.
British accent.
Yeah. He's
I'm
we call
fucking
Pretty Boy.
dead.
Yeah, who wouldn't want June's boy pussy?
Me.
Oh, or actually yesterday was Mark's birthday. That's a meme.
So yeah, if you see him, give him a birthday wish, or
We'll
Beats.
give him
This all spawned because I got
Beat 'em.
names mixed up. Kill
Give him a
me.
birthday punch.
No, you don't
Balfu
hit
was-
people.
But yeah, the thing is, I've only gotten about halfway through Eternal Punishment because unlike Persona 2 Innocent Sin, which we have remade for the PSP, like, so it's more updated, more revised and stuff. Eternal Punishment, the version that we have, is on the PS1 and it's much more outdated, and I just
Oh.
can't get into it because of the gameplay.
Slower in arcade, but
Yeah, and
here's the thing. I can probably just say from what I've played, I played both the beginning scenarios, and I'm like, okay, there's one main disadvantage. If you just follow a walkthrough and play the PSP version, you're missing out on story content, and that's
and
a
Persona
bad
2 is
thing.
a very story-heavy game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a bad thing. So that's why I really don't want to continue with the PSP version, because I can understand if you played the Eternal Punishment on PS1 and then just want to jump to the PSP version for a second run through, then that's fine because you know everything already. But that's the only reason why I would see people playing the PSP version. Or what you could do is just wait for the translation, which
Which
may
has
not.
been in the works. I think
Yeah.
it's been on hiatus, isn't it?
Yeah, they only just resumed it recently.
Yeah.
It's dead.
It's Atlas's fault for
I
not
mean-
giving it to us.
No, the main translator for Eternal Punishment did say if we're lucky,
Yeah.
it might come out this year.
He made a recent blog post on his website.
Hopefully.
I think his name is CJ Kura. But yeah, he's been translating other games, like other PSP games, other games in general, like Sakura Wars, I believe, was a PC game that he was also translating.
That
But-
sounds weedish.
I just
Yeah,
wish Atlas
It's
could translate the PSP version of Eternal Punishment and release it digitally on the PlayStation Store for Vita.
to be honest, I feel like they did, and they didn't release it because Sony was a meme. I know the only reason why Devil Summoner was localized, Devil Summoner
Wasn't
PSP
localized.
wasn't localized, is because it didn't have any extra content. Therefore, it wasn't really worth actually releasing. They had everything translated,
And then
but
Sony was like, "Fuck you."
yeah, you don't get to release this because there's no point of actually releasing a game that has no extra content, re-releasing a game that has no extra content.
Even though we didn't even have any content to begin with over here.
Yeah, which is just weird. I don't know.
There's a rumor I heard that Persona 2 Eternal Punishment was never localized because the game's ROM was so poorly coded that it was unworkable. I don't know.
What, on
Oh.
PSP?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if one translator can do it for free,
Yeah, if
That's-
it's getting a fan translation, I think that debunks that theory.
Yeah. Sorry.
No,
But then
see,
again, it
now,
has been on hiatus, but I don't know what the reason for that is.
now I'm curious because I was asking, or actually I was just saying to you guys earlier today that what are the odds of them actually putting in the English voices from the PS1 version into their PSP translation?
I
0.
don't think they're gonna do that.
Honestly, I would do that because I really like the voice acting.
It's
and
bad.
What? The voice acting is not
The
bad.
PS1 version
It's
of Eternal
whoop-ass
Punishment, it's pretty
time.
bad.
What?
It's not
It's
that bad.
whoop-ass time.
It's not that bad. Like,
time.
I literally just played like a few minutes of it, and I'm like, I just felt at home with the voice actors, so I didn't feel really bad. Like,
I am the champion.
Oh my god, I keep forgetting how bad they were.
I mean, it could be worse.
To me,
It is
Don't
better than most
underestimate me,
PS1
you
dubs,
fucking
I'll give it that.
bastard. Censored.
It could be Symphony of the Night voice acting.
That
Hmm.
voice acting is so bad, it's godlike. I love Symphony
It's
of
so
the Night.
bad, it's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
You know, it could be worse. It could be Devil May Cry 1 bad.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, slow down, babe.
Or it could be zero voice acting.
I mean,
yeah, but
I'll
like,
take zero voice acting over bad voice acting.
No, you don't get the joke, John. Which one was it, Terrence? The Fighting for one?
The fighting what?
You know, I'll tell you guys after we're done this.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
What am I fighting for?
Yeah, there you go, Andres.
Oh yeah. What am I fighting for?
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets.
yeah. So like, if they ever do release the translation, I don't mind patching in the voice acting for PS1. I swear somebody's gonna do it. If nobody does it, I don't.
Maybe.
Oh, wait.
Well, nobody patched in the
Oh,
English
wait,
voices for the
Quincy,
PS2 for the PS1 translation of Innocent Sin.
Well, that was before the PSP version was out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I thought they came around. They came out around the same
No,
time.
we never got the original PS1 version. In
Because
the United
obvious
States.
reason.
Because
Hitler.
Because
That's-
gays and Hitler.
Yeah. Oh, by the
Same.
way.
For some reason,
the
they're not okay with Hitler, but they're okay with a giant green penis monster with tentacles.
Oh, I'm okay with that any day.
Yeah.
Well, I
Also,
mean, that was Nocturne.
yeah.
Like, years later.
Yeah.
Also, Quincy answer thing, it was X4.
Yeah.
And
I knew it was
just-
either 3 or 4.
But yeah, what do you guys think of the story for P2?
It was
It's very good.
Yeah, I think the story is very
God tier.
interesting. The thing is, it's got like so much stuff crammed into it, but it's not a complete mess. It's actually good.
It's actually
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
There was this one video I was watching recently. The guy had a low subscriber count. Let me just check him out real quick on YouTube. Pretty sure I subbed to him, but he made a nice, interesting video on why people should play Persona 1 and Persona 2, and it was really well detailed actually. When I was watching it, he mentioned a lot of things about them, the stories being driven towards reality more than the actual like school setting, because it like what I said earlier before, what Persona 2 does is like it focuses more on the actual world environment other than just being circle jerked around the school being the main omni point of the story and the characters.
My Tartarus.
Yeah. Like honestly, when I heard that, I was like, this guy is actually right, because like the game focuses a lot on mature themes, and like what the main gimmick of Persona 2 is like spreading rumors, and that was a cool thing because like anything you like spread became a reality, and you could have literally just twisted that and just use that to your advantage depending on the situation. But yeah, that's what the game was known for. I played. Yeah, go ahead.
Are we gonna talk about Mr. Names Hard to Pronounce?
Oh, boy.
Narthila.
Detective dude.
Narlafotep.
Can we just call him Hitler? Can we just call him Hitler? Because I don't want to pronounce
Little
that
Hit.
name.
I can actually pronounce it really well. It's Narlenthotep.
Narlen.
Narlenthotep.
Narlenthotep.
Come on, you can do
Narlenthotep.
it. You're a big boy.
Narlento.
Yeah,
Fuck.
that's not how
I
you
thought it was
pronounce
pronounced Nyarlathotep. Or,
Yeah, John's saying
Gnarly.
correctly.
Can I just like say gnarly because that seems a little bit
Gnarly.
fitting.
Yeah, you
Gnarly.
can say gnarly.
Yeah, gnarly is better.
Gnarly and me. I would have fucking die after that.
Quincy,
punch.
can you
Someone
please
make that
stop?
meme right now. Someone make that meme right now, please.
I'm on it, mouse.
Anyways, yeah, I can't find this guy's channel, but like, he had a lot of good points to say about why you should play Persona 1 and 2.
Everyone
Which is-
really should.
Which is why I finally got my ass up and started playing it, because I had it for a while. Like, I started it and I go back to it.
Oh, I found the video. It's by Game Inspection.
Inspection. I'm
Yep.
pretty sure I have a
Inspect games.
bootleg game inspection.
inspection. Yeah, so at the time of when I discovered his channel, he had like at least 67 subs. He's at what? 140. Yeah. So yeah, I'm sub to him. And yeah, he did if John linked this in the comment section or whatever, but yeah, he brings up a lot of good points as to why you should play the two games, or the 2 and the 2 duology. Yeah. Honestly, like, good game. I really liked it. There were some times where like my eyes, I was just reading, like I was trying not to shed a tear because I was reading that dialogue. I was so fucking into it, and this was like towards end game. But yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm a little I don't know. You could say, hey, I mean, when I played Mother 3, the same reaction. So, yeah.
I still have yet to get into that series.
Oh my god, it's good. It's good. I liked it. I thought
Mother 2 first.
I played Earthbound. And I was like, I thought I was gonna hate the game because the way it, like, the setting and everything was just so stupid and retarded. And then when I got into it, I was like, please.
Like, that's its greatest strength, to be honest.
Yeah, and that's the greatest thing, because like it focuses so much on like real life events and like stuff that actually happened, but in a more cartoony format. You have your dark moments. Like I can compare like Persona the Persona 1 and 2 to like the Earthbound series a little bit, because they do actually have that sense of realism. I don't know where I'm going with this, but yeah, they focus on similar concepts that relate to reality in a sense. Yeah.
Gnarly though.
Shut
Gnarl-
the fuck up.
Gnarly though.
We
I don't know.
We don't want to spoil the game anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gnarly is he's a cool guy. He's Big Daddy. He's
Mac Daddy Mac and Cheese.
Guy Fieri. He's Guy
Big
Fieri.
Lovecraft Daddy.
Yeah. Lovecraft Daddy. That's another way to explain it.
So
Yeah.
do you guys want to talk about the transition from Persona 2 to Persona 3?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah. I was
Everything went downhill.
Yeah.
Game.
where everything changed. Now,
Oh,
there's one thing I'd like to mention: how the Devil Summoner series and SMTF they have such a huge connection to Persona 2 and Persona 1.
Yeah, I mean, the detective place that you go to spread rumors is the Kuzunoa Detective Agency.
Yes. And the big gimmick here, the big takeaway from Daisuke Todoroki is that he's fucking possessed by Kyoji Kuzunoha. None other than And it took me a while to realize, but like the way he was talking, like the tone of voice, like kind of just gave it away. Like not many people will. Well, Devil Summoner was a thing on the PSP,
Didn't
and I
his
only
bio say that he was kind of like dumb or something, but then all of a sudden he turned into a genius?
yeah, something like that. Yeah, and it's really apparent because the same symbol, the same logo for Devil Summoner, you can see that he has a necklace or a necktie with that same logo, so you know he's being possessed. But it's supposed to be believed right after Soul Hackers that Sukiroku, a person you meet, an NPC that you meet in Soul Hackers, after the events, I think Kyoji leaves that body and then goes on to the next one, which would then be Daisuke Todoroki in Persona 2. I'm assuming that happened because Rei and Sukiroku and everybody else is not heard of anymore. And I guess the reason why Tamaki and what's the guy's name again? I forget. The guy who's dressed up as Kyoji.
Shit.
Nerdy as fuck.
But he looks like it. He looks like an idiot.
Yeah, he looks like
No,
fuck.
he is.
I forget his name. I forget.
Oh, you mean the guy who fucks up immediately when you need him the most?
Isn't he Satomi? No, I'm getting that mixed up.
It is,
Is that-
Daisuke Todoroki. No.
No, Daisuke Todoroki
that's
is
the
the
detective.
detective guy.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the guy.
Tadashi.
Yeah, Satomi Tadashi. Yeah, that him. So, yeah, I guess that's the whole gimmick with that. When I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." But what also sucks is that spoilers for Devil Summoner PSP, because that thing is not going to be out for a while now. But I'm just warning you guys, if you do end up playing that game when the translation patch comes out. Basically, what happens in the beginning of the game, you as a main protagonist dies. Like you die because you messed
I wonder
around.
if that's an Apocalypse reference.
Yeah, that is an Apocalypse reference.
did it
Yeah,
indeed?
so basically, like a couple minutes into the game, like no, you'll be introduced to like a lot of like I forget. You talk to this girl that you hang out with at the library and whatnot, and then after that, shit happens. Like I can't. I'm literally just talking from memory, from what I've played. Like shit happens and demons start running about, and then you meet up with Kyoji, and you guys do some detective work together. Basically, you're his apprentice type of thing. And then shortly after that, you guys get into some serious shit with a guy named Sid Davis, which probably you guys might know from Soul Hackers Extra Dungeon.
Yep.
Basically, Sid Davis is the reason why Kyoji is the way Kyoji is. The ghost literally just following the main protagonist about, because the main protagonist also dies. The main protagonist loses his body, quote unquote body. You never see the body, to be honest. I haven't seen what the main protagonist actually looks like. But you lose your own body, and then you go to Charon, and Charon revives you, but he revives you as Kyoji. So you're actually Kyoji Kuzunoha from there on out.
The guy with the spiky hair and the orange,
the spiky hair.
The purple collar shirt.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what happens. And then Kyoji as the ghost follows you. It's funny because Kyoji and Rei have like an attachment type of thing, which is why in Soul Hackers he possesses Sukiroku. And yeah, they kind of have like a little love connection type of thing. I think that's a little bit explained in Devil Summoner PSP, but I haven't actually played through it, so I can't really tell you all the details. But I'm assuming what went down is that they really loved each other, or they kind of just like worked on with each other. And you as a protagonist experiences that Kyoji. So yeah, Kyoji never realistically had the chance to tell Rei how he felt, and I guess that's why he possesses Sukeroku. And then, yeah, rip Kyoji, because he's still a ghost until now, and that there will never be a game. The thing I'm pissed off about, there will never be a game where Kyoji and Rei actually reunite and do some like detective work together like the old days.
Sad face.
Yes.
Sad face.
And then it just goes down the timeline, and the timeline is just fucked up after that because Persona 3, 4, and 5 happened. Because then they cut the Devil Summoner / Persona 1 and 2 timeline short to, of course, introduce
Waifus.
Of course, yeah, and social links, and that's totally tread upon. And now that idea is pretty much
Atlas
scrapped.
shall pay for it with their blood.
It's horrible because it's like I would love to see some more Devil Summoner action. I would love to see Persona 2 and Devil Summoner actually cross over into a game, or
we could just
really
get more Persona 1 and 2 references in Persona 3 and 4. Or
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I meant future Persona games like 5 and 6.
Yeah. So we can actually like continue that timeline.
Like give it some more connection to that.
That timeline itself was like really, really interesting. What made me actually like Persona 1 and 2 a lot more is because of that connection between SMTF and Devil Summoner. It's the same thing with If and Tamaki, right? Because like Tamaki does appear in Persona 2, but she doesn't do anything. I don't believe.
She also appears in Persona 1.
Yeah, and Persona 1. I forgot about Persona 1. Yeah.
Everybody has.
Except there, in the English version, she appears as Tammy.
Wait, what?
In the English version of the PS1 version of Persona 1, she appears as Tammy.
Oh, okay.
And then on the PS1 version of Eternal Punishment, her name is Tammy because that's what she was in the PS1 version of P1.
Because EP had to suffer because of Revelations Persona.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of why I'm really salty with the new games, because like I can understand like changing the direction of the game. Yeah, it made Persona profitable and a popular series, but like, was it really worth destroying a perfectly good timeline that really interconnected with the mainline series and just the Devil Summoner series in general?
Yeah, I don't really see why that they would have to destroy that to make money. Can't they just coexist? Like,
yeah,
exactly.
and it kind of sucks because like I would love to see the chemistry between Kyoji and the real chemistry between Kyoji and Rei, because that would have been amazing in my opinion, since it was like prominent. What else? What was I gonna say? Yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say about it. Like, other than that, like, I'll give you like it should be a dead giveaway. There's a lot of Dancing All Night, Persona 4 Arena references in 5, which of course kind of sucks because like they do mention Persona 2. They do mention Persona 2 and Persona 1. But they're like,
but it's not like doesn't like play a major part of the story. They just
it doesn't, because you know what's the big meme about it? They're only mentioned on the news. They don't show a portrait or anything. They're only mentioned on the news. So and so did this and blah blah blah, and that's it. That's all you can hear about Persona 1 and 2 from what
What?
I've seen.
I thought they mentioned them on a TV show.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
The TV show.
Persona
The TV
3,
show.
there are a few references to Persona 2, but again, they don't really play a major part in the story. It's just
Yeah, like
that online game, Innocent Sin Online. The character you meet in it is Maya,
Yeah, that's minimal though.
who's actually
Like,
Miss Toriumi, aka Milf Yukari.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, like literally, like honestly, the takeaway from that is not really of a reference because like it only mentions the name, but it doesn't like connect them. Like they don't remotely connect 3 to 2 at all. It's like 2 kind of just happened, and then they just completely cut off ties from it, and that's it.
I can't remember any Persona 2 references in Persona 4 or 1.
I mean, you can't really.
Unless Arena, where you count the color palettes for some of the characters for Persona 2.
I would have honestly killed to have some of the characters, like the P2 characters, appear in Arena or
Yes,
Arena.
that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Like, just
They
include
would've.
one of them. Just include Tatsuya.
Yeah.
AKA
Tatsuya.
Mr. Motorcycle Noise Boy.
Yeah. He's like, oh my god! Like I've seen like some fan art about it, and I'm like, at first because I wasn't really familiar with the series, I thought thing, and then when I found out about it, I was like, it was all a fucking lie. Oh my god, it was so disappointing. But like
Persona 5 is a lie.
Persona 5, yes, it's gonna be fun, it's gonna be enjoyable, but like the main thing why I don't really like it that much is like it will never really just connect back to the old two. Like I know they try to make an effort with the DLC and stuff, but at the end of the day,
Well,
it's just
they did that in the advertising too.
it's just DLC.
I think it was too late in the development.
Yeah, it was just
$6 DLC.
it's literally
That's
just
bullshit.
DLC aesthetic, and it's like it has no really appearance into the game because like even if you're wearing like it would have been cool like if you're wearing the costumes in like actual like your school day life, and then somebody in Tokyo apparently just comes up to you because you're wearing that, that they'd kind of play like a history flashback or something. Or what would have been cool was like they added in like secret bosses type of thing. You know how they had in Digital Level Saga with Demi Fiend?
Oh, yeah.
And Satan.
They
Well,
could have
Digital Level Saga
fucking
2, it had Satan.
they could have fucking done that in Persona 5 and then just have like the characters just warp to their time, and then have Tatsuya fuck up the main protagonist.
Didn't you and Adachi make cameos in one of the P5 trailers?
No, it was
they
just
make-
models reused and recolored.
Yeah, but like at the same time, it was still kind of a cameo. So like, couldn't they just make Tetsuya or Naoya a cameo? I don't know.
No.
I would have really loved to see Tatsuya and Naoya appear.
And there were also Persona 2 models in Nocturne that weren't used.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Devil
Like, I
Summoner.
think they were used for like a tech demo or something, but they were never in
Oh,
the final
yeah.
game.
And Devil Summoner characters.
And FMT wanted character.
Yeah, but I think that was like around the Imagine Online was the thing, so they kind of just like, I don't know. You had the models, they had to do something with them. Like maybe they planned like multiple 3D SMT games, but they probably didn't have the budget to actually pull through with it. I'm assuming that was a thing. Maybe.
Right.
That's a huge assumption, like that I can draw from it. But yeah, like honestly, like I would think that they would try to incorporate the games like 1 and 2 because it's the anniversary, right?
Exactly.
All I just got from the anniversary were just reused pre-order tracks that were on the Take Your Heart edition for the Japanese version. They didn't remix any of the they didn't even actually get Shoji Meguro to redo some tracks from P2 or P1. They're literally just dead straight up tracks from their original games. which kind of sucks because I would love to hear a different like remix of the P2 battle theme or something like that. There were so many opportunities.
Or have like you fight Gnarly as an optional boss in Persona 5.
That would have been cool.
Or
And
have
the
like
worst
Steven
part-
as a final boss, and then the Persona 5 protagonist is like, who the fuck are you? Well, not a final boss, an optional boss.
Steven
You are
travels.
not aware of the timeline.
Steven jumps into a different timeline. He's like, "What the fuck am I doing here?" I was like,
Yeah,
"What?"
crippled jumping.
He's like, the
Yeah.
fuck is a Persona? The fuck is a
Yeah.
Persona?
This
It's
is
like-
too weeby. I'm gonna
They
kill off this
actually
universe.
they actually did do something like that in Persona 2 in the like optional theater missions. Like where
Yeah.
you fight that one guy with the guitar, and he's like, when are you gonna run out of magnetite? He's like,
Yeah.
Persona user, I'm a demon summoner.
Oh my god!
Oh,
you
wasn't
know,
he Carol J?
yeah, wasn't he
Yeah.
Carol
Yeah.
J? I was about to say.
No, it wasn't Carol
like-
J. It was someone else. Yeah, I think his name was
Who was-
Wayland.
Yeah, Wyland.
Oh my god!
He
I
was in
was
the-
thinking it was. I might need to go back into Innocent Sin to
Have you
play
done
that stuff.
the theater mission?
I haven't done it yet,
Okay,
but I
yeah,
feel
that's
like
where it
do it.
is.
I didn't do
Please
that.
don't.
I mean,
Let's
it's
be
not
honest,
canon.
Carol
but
Why?
J is
It's
the
still
best
pretty
Soul
awesome.
Hacker's character.
The dungeon's tedious as shit. There's too many trap doors.
I mean, I've dealt with previous game.
I mean, he's
previous
played Strange Journey, so
I've played
Okay,
Strange
you're
Journey.
good.
I've played Kuyaku. I've played like if had like a crap ton of trap doors and trap floors and all this bullshit. So
Okay, Cody,
Basic
get the
Mega 10
fuck
fuck
out
yous.
for a second.
Why?
Cody, get the fuck out. We're streaming a
Doing a
podcast.
fucking podcast.
Hey, we're doing a
yeah, but anyways, what else do you want to say about Persona 2? Persona 2 or Persona 5 in general, I guess. What could if you could remake, or no, not remake, if you were directing Persona 5, right? What would you add on, like, in terms of like if you're trying to make this like the best anniversary Persona game ever?
Persona
Have the
5
ultimate final
Crimson.
boss. Have the ultimate boss be Narlantotep and have him reveal that he was behind Nyx and Izanami.
That
Oh,
that you can
Alright,
have
I
that.
got something better. Add in the ultimate personas from 1 and 2 just for free, like being the base game, but you only get them after you fight each member of the original casts.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
And at the end, you get Vishnu.
Yeah, you
P1
get a
design.
special Vishnu.
Yeah,
the game, TBH.
is he or is he not? I forget.
I think he's not Vishnu Flynn, but like OG
No,
Vishnu.
no. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about Kaneko Vishnu. Yeah, I know Vishnu. OG Vishnu is in the game. Kaneko Vishnu isn't, which is a bummer
Oh,
because
I love
Persona
Vishnu.
Vishnu.
Vishnu?
like,
It's
are you
classy.
talking about Persona 1
Yeah.
Vishnu?
yeah, like I'm talking
He's
about
in the
yeah,
game.
Persona 1 Vishnu is in the game.
Is he? That's what I'm asking you.
No, he
Oh, that's
isn't.
the old.
That's what I've been
Vishnu.
trying to say. I didn't hear you properly.
Okay.
But he's in Persona 2, Rip.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is in Persona 2, which doesn't make any sense because, yeah. Anyways, one thing I would like to say about Persona 2, it's got a lot of crappy demon designs. Like
Yeah, they really got lazy with the demon design.
they got so
2.
yeah, they reused a lot of like minion designs. I'd say, like there's this one demon in the Hindu myth, like that's Surya. He's in the Hindu mythology as the sun god. He has a shitty design. Like he literally is like some fucking Muppet on like a tricycle with red drapes, and I'm like, that's Surya. I'm like, and then the description's like a fearsome Hindu god that is a god of the sun or some bullshit like that, and I'm like, what? And then I look and then I look at the art, or sorry, not the art, but like the painting for him. And I'm like, how do you go from that into some kind of fucking Muppet? Like, I don't understand that. And like, if only they actually like took some time to actually design the demons properly, it would have been nice.
Or they could have at least included the artwork in the game.
Yeah,
I love how Mott, who was Reggie's ultimate persona in Persona 1, who kind of had his usual design as like a thing in the coffin or whatever.
yeah.
His design, I think his design was just like a skeleton sticking out of a coffin in Persona 2.
Yeah, there are a lot of demons like that actually. They recycle a lot of the sprites.
Mm-hmm. There's one thing I'd like to say, like with and what Apocalypse did. Adramelic, he's also in Persona 2.
Oh yeah.
Or should I say,
Of course, I love him.
should I say she? Because like he comes off more female in Persona 2 than he does in Apocalypse. And I mean,
He just comes off
Apocalypse
as fabulous in the Apocalypse.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love his design, by the way. Which is nice because they decided to, redesign a demon that really was in Persona 2. It was in the Persona games. I don't think he's actually appeared. I can't think on top of my head where Adramelic also appeared, and he probably appeared in mainline, but I can't recall ever reading up about it. But either way, Adramelic is one of those demons that actually like got that design treatment, and I'm pretty sure for the new game, Doi is probably gonna look back on some old like demons that had generic designs and then remake kind of like what he did for like Krishna in a sense, because in Krishna and Kuyaku, he was if you've seen Ashura, Krishna kind of just reused that design but with a different palette, which kind of
In
sucked.
Apocalypse, he became the world's best flute player.
Yes,
And he wears a fedora.
he tooted like nobody else.
Yeah. I mean,
If he
if
had
I
merit
was
turn, it would work on me.
the last thing I'm going to say, if I was the director of Persona 5, I'd have put more. I mean, you probably have to go through some legal bullshit for this, but then again, other SMT games have done it. What I do is I just put more like optional bosses as characters and bosses from other SMT games.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're done too.
Like as Steven, as I mentioned earlier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it would have been nice like to have that crossover with like mainline in a sense, where mainline kind of intervened with the timeline. Would have been cool
Even
because
if it's
like
not canon, like just for a little bit.
yeah, like it would have been cool to just have like mainline intervene with it so it had some presence. What I was expecting is that what they would do with Persona 5, since it's such a big game for them, that they would actually throw in some mainline references or some type of thing other than the SMT4 DLC. Like try to like merge or promote Apocalypse in a sense.
Just include some optional bosses, like have Krishna as an optional boss, or
or like
SMT4
Odin
is Lucifer as an optional boss.
Yeah, Odin would have been a cool thing.
Or have like a mission where you're kind of like sent into the SMT4 world for a little bit, kind of like
for a bit.
Yeah.
Such as a samurai skill.
Yeah, and then like you have the DLC coats, like the samurai coats and whatnot, and then the Persona 5 cast is in like the Eastern Kingdom of Mikado.
Yeah,
that would be great.
That would have been cool, to be honest. Let's just think about that for a second. That would have been amazing.
Or better yet, have a boss fight with the King of Bell from Devil Survivor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you just throw in a bunch of other sub-series, like even Rido would have been cool.
Or like what they could do is they could have it where you're like sent into the Devil Survivor 2 world where you fight Doobie, because okay, you remember in Devil Survivor 2 when you get out of your you get out of the shelter and then you fight that thing that looks like Doobie, or however you pronounce it. Like they say,
Dubé.
Dubé, yeah.
yeah, but it's like a piece of another Septentrion, and then they say, well, the Dubé that you fought on day 1 was just a fully grown bud, so how can that thing be its own Septentrion if it's just a piece of another one? So you could do something like that was a decoy, so you have to go in and fight the real one.
Yeah.
Do something with Jack Bros. That'd be great.
Yeah, Jack.
Oh yeah.
Jack
Oh my
Bros
God,
dungeon.
That would have been a big meme.
I mean, actually in Persona 3 you did have the Jack Bros special attack, but it was just Jack Frost and Pyro Jack. Jack the Ripper wasn't in that game.
Jack the Ripper.
Is best Jack Bro.
Yeah. Jack the Ripper actually got some attention in SMT4, which is cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm hoping high hopes for the Switch game. They bring back a lot of obscure demons. Like I know you mentioned John about Cthulhu.
Yeah, I'd really love to see him return.
Yeah.
I want him to have his penis mouth like he did in SMT2.
Exactly.
Same.
I mean, his actual sprite in SMT2 didn't have it, but if they included it in his like model in the Switch game, that'd be awesome.
They already had Mara in the trailer.
Exactly. I mean, what is an SMT game without Mara?
Yeah.
Rated M for Mara.
That's
I mean,
really
actually,
when they'll give
Devil
us
Survivor
Mara,
didn't
but they
have
won't give us a
Mara,
penis
but it had
now.
Ariok.
Yeah, I remember that.
It also had Yim, or Eam, or however you pronounce it.
Yeah, the squid.
I'm
the
sad
squid one.
Ariok is in the meme like Mara.
Yeah,
Right.
that's weird.
We protect Ariaka.
Alright, anything else you guys have to say about Persona 2, or any ideas?
Nothing really.
One
John is
thing.
best waifu, enough said.
No, Lisa's best waifu.
Shut the fuck up, John.
Okay, I am one of the few people that has the opinion that Lisa is better than Maya in Persona 2.
John,
Okay.
you're not thinking positive enough.
Yeah, John like the whore.
Oh, I guess I have something.
There's
to
nothing
say.
wrong with liking horrors. You just can't date one whose dad is
She's not
Steven
dumb.
fucking Seval.
At least she's
I'm not saying she's dumb. It's just,
Maya
if
is
you
dumb,
go after
that's
She's
what
like
I'm
a
Lisa-
mix
saying.
between Rise and Chie.
so
There are some times when you should be positive, but when a fucking shopping mall gets blown up by terrorists, that's not one of them.
technically they're not terrorists.
Thinking
They're
positive
radical
always helps,
extremists.
John. You need to remember that.
Like if I
The
saw
best-
9/11, I wouldn't say, "Whoa, we gotta think positive."
As you're murdering terrorists.
Yeah.
That blew up the thing. That's the first indication of a psychopath, too. Thinking positively all the time.
Exactly.
Jesus
And
Christ.
then there's there's that nervous breakdown she has when the concert hall is on fire.
Oh, yeah. Because, being locked in a shrine when you're a kid and then having it set on fire when you think it's a joke really does traumatize you.
Who would have thought?
All right, anything else you guys have to say?
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
I do.
I think Andreas had something. To say.
John is wrong.
The
That's all
best
I have to say.
waifu is Balfu because he was wiretapping before it was cool. Just saying.
Babu is pretty cool, to be honest.
I think you mean wire sharking. Before.
Yeah,
He was searching for that malware.
yeah. He's
He
the
reminds
best
me
at
of an older and more
Oh, yeah.
and smarter kanji.
because if you guys didn't know, he has a neck beard.
Yeah.
I
He's more-
didn't realize it until someone pointed it out on our Mega 10.
Probably
Fucking does he?
Yeah,
no,
he
he
is.
does. He does.
That's a
Wait,
meme.
he says the word cuck.
No, he has a neck beard.
Oh,
Yeah. Not
Wow,
really.
cool
Not
character.
really much I can say, other than play
Holy
P1 and
shit,
play
he does.
P2.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
It's barely
You
noticeable,
can't
but he
unsee it
does.
now. You
Wait,
can't
what?
unsee the neck beard.
No, I
I
need
thought it was just chin stubble.
does. I can see it now.
Yeah, you can't unsee it now.
I can't unsee it now.
Nope.
I kind of knew this.
But
Well,
Yeah.
I was
I'm
going to
triggered.
say,
Although, when it comes to Persona 2 Eternal Punishment waifus, I kind of prefer Ooh La La.
hey,
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, I said it.
ooh la la.
I said ooh la la.
La la.
Ooh La
She's
La
ooh
is
la.
pretty underrated.
Actually,
she doesn't get enough love. She got cheated on like how many times they said in the game?
Exactly.
yeah.
5 times.
Underestimate me, you censored bastard.
A bunch of times.
Yes. What was I was gonna say something. Ever since I saw her in Innocent Sin, I was like, fuck. She's pretty good.
I'd smash.
Yeah, same. I would smash in a heartbeat. I wouldn't fucking cheat on her. That's for sure.
She'd probably smash.
Oh yeah,
you.
she'd break your fucking ribcage.
I don't
One
care.
punch.
I really don't care.
That's
I
Why
don't
would you
care.
want to cheat on
That's
her?
my kink. Exactly.
Yeah, that's what bothered me. How the hell could he cheat on her? Not just once, but twice.
I wouldn't.
And then
cheat
she
on her,
didn't
but
kill
I want
him.
her to break my ribs because that's my kink.
And then she boxes too. Just remember that.
Yeah.
She
Don't
can use
try and
me
fight
as a
her.
punching bag any day.
yeah, but I was going to say that Tetsuya in Eternal Punishment, like,
Motorcycle noises.
he's one of my favorite characters in the game because should I spoil the ending of Innocent Sin or should I back off?
You should just
Back off.
yeah.
Just wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna say
Go play P2. It's a good.
Tetsuya has heavy PTSD, but that's all I'm gonna say.
All right. So, are we done?
Yeah, I guess we're done.
Yep. All right.
Yep.
Thank you guys for listening. Until next time, have a good one.
Bye.
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 See ya.
I'll smash that bootleg game.
No, you won't. If I have anything to say about it.